Item Number: SCP-8920. Level 3 Confidential. Containment Class: Keter. Disruption Class: Eki. Risk Class: Critical. Assigned Site: Area 189. Site Director: Emmanuel Nastase. Research Head: Dr. Georgiana Peterson. Assigned Task Force: Tau 10 Storm Chasers. Archived Containment Procedures. Utilization of advanced weather modification technology developed in collaboration with the Global Occult Coalition is used to prevent SCP-8920 instances from reaching landfall. This system employs ionospheric manipulation and atmospheric dampening to weaken SCP-8920 during its formation, minimizing anomalous wind speeds and tornado activity. MTF Tau 10 Storm Chasers is tasked with identifying potential SCP-8920 manifestations early, allowing containment systems to neutralize SCP-8920 instances before they become threats. Public knowledge of anomalous meteorological phenomena is to be suppressed by embedded MTF Iota 10 DAM Feds operatives in civilian weather agencies. Special Containment Procedures. MTF Tau 10 Storm Chasers is tasked with monitoring global weather systems to identify potential SCP-8920 instances. Civilian meteorological data is regularly screened for anomalies, including abnormal pressure fluctuations and wind speed irregularities. Advanced weather modification systems, formerly effective, are now used for disaster mitigation rather than neutralization. Upon identification of SCP-8920 instances, Foundation assets are to initiate large-scale evacuations under the guise of civilian storm warnings. All public data concerning SCP-8920's anomalous nature is intercepted and altered to reflect standard Category 5 hurricanes. Amnestic treatment is administered to survivors reporting cognitohazard-related behavior. Research into improved pre-landfall detection and neutralization methods continues. Description: SCP-8920 is a randomly, annually recurring meteorological anomaly resembling a hybridized hurricane and supercell thunderstorm that manifests between June and October. The phenomenon consistently forms within the North Atlantic Basin, typically developing off the coast of the Bahamas before following a westward path toward landfall along the eastern seaboard or Gulf Coast of the United States. Despite possessing the general size, pressure gradients, and wind speed of a Category 5 hurricane, SCP-8920 maintains a rotating mesocyclone similar to a supercell located in the storm's eye wall. This mesocyclone sustains highly organized convection and updrafts that generate violent tornadoes at a rate far exceeding any known meteorological phenomena. Detection of the mesocyclone inside an SCP-8920 instance using any known technology is, as of now, impossible. SCP-8920 consistently produces between 50 and 120 tornadoes per event, with the strongest on record reaching EF5 on the Enhanced Fujita scale. Tornadoes spawned by SCP-8920 display anomalous behavior, including an unusually long duration. Footnote 1. Recorded cases of continuous tornado activity exceeding 3 hours. Randomized directional shifts that do not correspond to typical wind currents. Extreme instances of tornadoes merging or splitting. Limited resistance to natural dissipation factors. Footnote 2. Tornadoes often remain active in environments that would typically cause weakening or dissipation. SCP-8920's sustained wind speeds within its eye wall have been recorded as exceeding 400 km per hour, and internal atmospheric pressure below 800 HPA millibars, values theoretically impossible for natural cyclones. Survivors of SCP-8920 instances report intense auditory and visual hallucinations. Most frequently, these hallucinations occur in the form of people in need of assistance, or in the form of aid having arrived to rescue survivors from their shelters. These hallucinations most commonly occur during the peak of the storm and when weather conditions inside SCP-8920 are most hazardous. Previous containment efforts relied on advanced weather modification technologies developed through a joint initiative between the Foundation and the Global Occult Coalition. These systems utilized ionospheric manipulation and atmospheric dampening devices to weaken SCP-8920 manifestations before they made landfall, effectively reducing the severity of its storms and tornado production. Due to the anomaly's predictable patterns, this method successfully mitigated SCP-8920 events for 10 years. Update: September 13, 2005. Following Incident 8920-51. Footnote 3. Designated Hurricane Katrina. Sentience has been theorized. SCP-8920 has adapted to countermeasures, concealing its anomalous nature by mimicking the formation of normal tropical storms and hurricanes. SCP-8920 instances now appear as a standard hurricane in civilian weather systems and only reveals its full intensity at landfall, where it rapidly escalates into a Category 5+ storm. This renders preemptive containment efforts ineffective, and the Foundation has transitioned to post-landfall intervention to mitigate public exposure and manage mass evacuations. Update: December 4, 2005. Elon vital energy scans following landfall of SCP-8920-53. Footnote 4. Designated Hurricane Wilma. Have shown an irregular amount present. Further tests for determining the possible sentience of SCP-8920 instances is ongoing. Update: September 10, 2020. SCP-8920-59. Footnote 5. Designated Hurricane Houston. Also displayed irregular amounts of EVE present. Furthermore, EVE scans conducted on cadavers recovered from previous SCP-8920 events have revealed a complete absence of EVE, suggesting a connection between the storms and the loss of life energy. This data hints at the possibility that SCP-8920 instances feed on the EVE of living beings, draining it from subjects caught in the path of SCP-8920 instances. The exact mechanics of this process are under investigation, with potential links to the suspected sentience of SCP-8920 instances. Addendum 8920.1 SCP-8920 Event. Incident 8920-51 Hurricane Katrina. Date: August 23rd through 31st, 2005. Locations: Bahamas, Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Gulf Coast. Designation: Incident 8920-51. Summary: Hurricane Katrina was identified as an instance of SCP-8920, initially categorized as a non-anomalous Category 5 hurricane. SCP-8920 remained dormant during its formation over the Bahamas and the first landfall in Florida, allowing it to go undetected by Foundation operatives. However, upon entering the Gulf of Mexico, SCP-8920 triggered anomalous intensification, leading to the hurricane becoming more destructive than anticipated. As it approached the Gulf Coast, wind speeds far exceeded possible atmospheric values, breaching the levee system in New Orleans and causing catastrophic flooding, with 80% of the city submerged underwater. The surrounding areas, including Mississippi and Alabama, experienced severe storm surges and 23 confirmed tornadoes. Footnote 6. 12 rated EFU, 5 rated EF2, and 6 rated EF3. Directly caused by SCP-8920's influence. MTF Tau-10, Storm Chasers, and MTF Iota-10, Dam Feds, were deployed to monitor the storm and manage public information. Foundation assets embedded in the National Weather Service and FEMA worked to suppress any anomalous data and maintain the narrative that Hurricane Katrina's destruction was purely due to natural factors, particularly poor infrastructure and planning. This disinformation campaign successfully shifted blame for the flooding in New Orleans to a failure in the levee system, obscuring SCP-8920's involvement. MTF Tau 10 storm chasers concluded that the maximum wind speed exceeded 415 km per hour, specifically where flood prevention infrastructure was constructed. The average wind speed was confirmed to be 200 km per hour. 78 out of 79 interviewed survivors reported hearing people begging for help and calling out their name during the peak of SCP-8920, but refused to go outside. All of those interviewed were amnesticized. Casualties: over 1,392 confirmed deaths due to flooding and storm-related incidents, with 1,270 directly attributed to SCP-8920's cognitohazardous effects. Foundation losses: 4 Foundation personnel lost during information suppression operations. Total damage estimate: $125 billion, 2005 USD. Addendum 8920.2 SCP-8920 Event Incident 8920-62 Hurricane Matthew Date: September 28th through October 10th, 2016 Locations: Haiti, Cuba, Bahamas, Florida, South Carolina, Georgia. Designation: Incident 8920-62 Summary: Hurricane Matthew was later confirmed as an SCP-8920 instance, initially behaving as a non-anomalous Category 5 hurricane during its formation in the Atlantic. SCP-8920 remained dormant during its early stages, but anomalous effects became evident as it approached the Caribbean and US coastlines. SCP-8920 intensified upon making landfall, creating stronger than expected storm surges and wind speeds that far exceeded meteorological predictions. MTF Tau 10 storm chasers tracked SCP-8920's movement, but due to its dormant behavior early on, preemptive containment measures were unsuccessful. MTF Iota 10 Dam Feds was deployed to suppress information and manage local media, directing attention toward natural disaster causes rather than anomalous ones. Foundation operatives embedded in the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration (NOAA) ensured that SCP-8920's abnormal behavior was attributed to typical meteorological phenomena. SCP-8920's first anomalous activity manifested in Haiti and Cuba as extreme storm surges and destructive tornadoes that targeted densely populated areas and evacuation routes, causing widespread casualties. 17 tornadoes. Footnote 7. 7 rated EF2, 8 rated EF3, and 2 rated EF4 were later confirmed. As it tracked northward, SCP-8920 triggered additional tornadoes and wind anomalies upon nearing Florida and the Carolinas. Cognitohazards manifested as auditory hallucinations, drawing civilians into flood zones or near deadly storm paths. SCP-8920 created unpredictable storm surges and generated an unusually high number of tornadoes in areas where they were not expected, particularly in densely populated regions. Casualties: over 731 confirmed deaths due to flooding and storm-related incidents, with 611 directly attributed to SCP-8920's cognitohazardous effects. Foundation losses: none. Total damage estimate: $16.5 billion, 2016 USD. Interview log 8920-62-A. Interviewer: Dr. Dennis. Interviewed: Gerald Thompson, SCP-8920-62 survivor. Date: October 13th, 2016. Location: Area 189. Begin log. Good afternoon, Mr. Thompson. I know you've been through a lot, but I'd like you to tell me what you experienced during Hurricane Matthew.
Man, it was something else, Doc. Wind was howling, rain was pouring down heavy, but that wasn't the worst part.
What do you mean by that?
I was hunkered down, like they said, then I swear I heard my pops. My dad been dead for 10 years, but there he was, calling out to me. Same voice, same way he used to talk. Come on, boy, it's safe out here.
That must have been unsettling.
You don't even know. I nearly opened that door, like I wasn't thinking straight. It was like the storm itself wanted me out there. But something felt wrong. I mean, Pops sounded different. Almost like he wasn't just talking to me. It felt like he wasn't alone.
Not alone?
Yeah, like, I don't know how to say it, like he was part of something bigger. A bunch of them, maybe. He kept saying, come on, it's better here, so much better. That wasn't like him, Doc. Pops would have told me to stay put, not run out into a damn hurricane.
So the voice wasn't just trying to get you outside?
Nah, man. It was like he wanted me to join him. Like, join something bigger than just him. It felt like the whole storm was calling me out there, not just Pops. And I ain't the only one either. My neighbors, they said they heard their dead folks too. All of them trying to get people to come outside. A few did. They didn't make it.
Did the voices say anything else?
Nah, just they kept calling. Like they were pulling at me. Like they was already part of something. Something bigger than them. I don't know, man, but whatever it was out there, it wasn't just my dad.
Thank you, Gerald. We'll follow up soon.
End log. Notes.
Subject's experience with the auditory hallucination suggests SCP-8920 may be more than a singular sentient force. Further investigation is recommended to determine whether SCP-8920 is composed of or influenced by collective human souls from previous storm casualties.
Addendum 8920.3 List of recorded SCP-8920 events. Name: Camille. Date formed: August 14, 1969. Additional information: First recorded SCP-8920 event. Name: David. Date formed: August 30th, 1979. Additional information: not applicable. Name: Andrew. Date formed: August 23rd, 1992. Additional information: not applicable. Name: Mitch. Date formed: August 26, 1998. Additional information: First SCP-8920 instance to be neutralized. Name: Irene. Date formed: October 13, 1999. Additional information: successfully neutralized. Name: Lily. Date formed: September 21, 2002. Additional information: successfully neutralized. Name: Katrina. Date formed: August 28, 2005. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Rita. Date formed: September 21, 2005. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Wilma. Date formed: October 19, 2005. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Felix. Date formed: September 3rd, 2007. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Matthew. Date formed: October 1st, 2016. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Irma. Date formed: September 5th, 2017. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Michael. Date formed: October 10th, 2018. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Dorian. Date formed: September 1st, 2019. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Houston. Date formed: September 8th, 2020. Additional information: first SCP-8920 instance to be entirely expunged from civilian records. Successfully prevented. Name: Ian. Date formed: September 28th, 2022. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Lee. Date formed: September 8th, 2023. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Milton. Date formed: October 7th, 2024. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Pablo. Date formed: September 17th, 2025. Additional information: successfully prevented. Name: Vicky. Date formed: September 17th, 2026. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Name: Victor. Date formed: October 19th, 2027. Additional information: unsuccessfully prevented. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing for more videos just like this. Huge thank you to all of my patrons on Patreon, and a special shout out to level 4 patron Peck and level 5 patron Doomsday LLC, Prince and Design. If you'd like to help support the channel, check out my Patreon, link in the description.